So there.
So there.
So there.
So there.
Let me know your thoughts.
So there.
So there.
So there.
Let me know your thoughts.
Why do you keep saying let us know your thoughts?
Let me know your thoughts to me is a nice lead-in for So there. So there.
Welcome to episode 51 of
So there.
I'm Gary Doyle.
And I'm Tom Karamitis.
We're back after episode 50, Epic, much discussed, much downloaded, much analyzed.
Much debated in the media.
Debated, interpreted. I don't agree with all the takes. Some I do. Some I think they got it right. Some I think they didn't. But that's how it is with the media, right, Tom? That's how it is with notoriety.
Yeah, you have to be prepared to take it, you know? If it's not always going to be friendly and all love. I mean, we are not the kind of people who disable comments, right? When you go to, like, sometimes YouTube videos, it'll say, comments, disabled or something. So you can't put up a thing, you know? We don't fear that. We welcome the negativity. We expect the negativity.
That is a great point. Our pledge to you as a listener is that we at So There will never disable comments. And we will never refuse to read mail that you send us at sothere@yahoo.com.
I need to check that box occasionally. I keep forgetting to.
It hasn't broken Yahoo's servers with the amount of volume.
You know, while you're chatting, let me just check our Yahoo mailbox on the fly here. You know?
On the fly. This is real time. This is real time email checking, folks. Real time.
There we go.
Real time engagement.
And if we got an email, I'll read it live. All right.
Whoa.
Oh my God, help me, yeah. You know what? I've got to tell you right now, this multi-factor authentication, I'm over it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not going to, I can't. It's like, good God, it's like, I try to disengage myself occasionally from my phone just because the endless work email and stuff, and just give me a few hours, but you can't do anything anymore.
That's true. Everybody needs multi-factor authentication. Just yesterday, I got a demand for that from Chipotle. And I'm like, I don't care if anybody steals my Chipotle ID. You can have it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't care. I don't need the multi-factor authentication for everything I do.
Yeah, you don't have $1,000 in your Chipotle account that's at risk, I mean, all they have is your order history. Gary Doyle likes carnitas. Don't want to get that information. Let that leak out.
Not only will we never disable comments at So There, we will never demand multi-factor authentication at So There. That is our pledge to you.
So you So There subscribers, every year when you get your invoice for the next $59 for the following year, you will never, ever have to submit to multi-factor authentication.
Right now, all the free listeners are out there high-fiving each other, Tom. They're like, oh, my God, I'm listening for free. They're all high-fiving each other and all the, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Well, Tom, I'll kick things off with an observation, something I thought a lot about in the weeks since our last podcast. Tom and I, as some of you know, except for this podcast, we communicate almost exclusively via voicemail. So Tom will leave me a long rambling voicemail, and then I'll leave Tom a long rambling voicemail about whatever, about anything. And that's how we communicate. We rarely talk to each other like normal people, and we rarely see each other. That's our method of communication. But we actually had lunch the other day. We get together every once in a while for lunch, just to remember what each other looks like. And we went to, speaking of Chipotle, and I went to the soda place where you get your soda, and there's 5 or 6 different selections. And one of them was something that you rarely see. Can you guess what it was, Tom?
Well, I'm still thrown off that you said soda. Didn't you grow up in Indiana? Aren't you a pop guy?
Well, that's a Chicago area thing. Pop.
Pop is Chicago? I thought pop is just a Midwest thing.
I think pop is a Chicago-specific kind of thing. I could be wrong, but no, I grew up with soda or soda pop, but people in Chicago, I thought, called it pop.
I detoured around your question. What were you saying?
Can you guess what soda pop I'm talking about?
Diet Coke.
No. Mr. Pibb. So I got my Mr. Pibb, and it got me to thinking. When they came out with Mr. Pibb, which, I don't know, 30, 40 years ago, I'm guessing, how do you think the Dr. Pepper folks reacted? So Mr. Pibb, as everybody knows, it tastes exactly like Dr. Pepper, but did the Dr. Pepper folks go like, what the hell? What in the actual hell? Here's this intruder. It's not doctor, it's Mr. It's not Pepper, it's Pibb. Dr. Pepper, it's not Dr. Pepper, it's Mr. Pibb. I thought, that is pretty brazen. Pretty brazen, right? You know?
Maybe they thought the market for Dr. Pepper is a little too highbrow. It's just kind of PhDs and other professionals, and they needed something that's a little more accessible that didn't suggest an advanced degree. So, have you ever looked up the history of Mr. Pibb?
No, but your comment's a good one. Perhaps they were worried they were going for a low education crowd. However, I will say there's many doctors who don't actually have a degree. I'm thinking of, or a medical degree. I'm thinking of Dr. J, Julius Erving, Dr. Love of the Kiss song, calling Dr. Love. I don't think Dr. Love has a medical degree. So, just there are some doctors out there who
Doctor My Eyes, that guy too. I wonder if doctors only drink Dr. Pepper.
As sort of a self-validation. I'm not going to lower myself to Mr. Pibb, son. I graduated from Cornell Medical School with a degree in neuroscience.
The office staff. The office staff can drink all the Mr. Pibb they want. I'm a Dr. Pepper man myself.
The office staff has been instructed to stock Dr. Pepper in the beverage center of the kitchen. Do not stock Mr. Pibb. I am a doctor. But I gotta believe that the Dr. Pepper folks got their lawyers involved, right? They must have been like, imagine waking up one day, and someone's named their product Mr. Pibb. Hey, and they just came out with Mr. Pibb, and it would be like if instead of Coca-Cola, someone came out with like Loco Lola, and you'd be like, wait a minute. I just think it's interesting.
It is. I'm sure there's another example or two of this kind of blatant, thing happening. I'm just trying to on one hand, you can copy a product, but to your point, they kind of not only copied the product, but just kind of semi-copied the naming convention as well. I
mean, you see a lot of store brands. Like at the Jewel, instead of Cheerios, they'll be like Jewel-O's or something, right? You see that. Like
private label stuff.
Private label. That's what they say in the marketing business.
Yes. I
private
learned that.
Label.
Yes. I work on Aldi. I've learned all those terms.
Oh, yes.
Tom, I know we're both Aldi fans.
Actually, I'm a big Aldi fan. Tom Carmichael's actually going shopping at the Aldi.
Yes.
Later today, he revealed in a little pre-show segment.
So if any of you are going to be at the Deer Park Aldi at around noon today, you can pay for your annual subscription in person.
So there.
You know, I was thinking the other day, there's a generic accent that pirates have, right? All your whole life, "Arr, matey," that whole thing. Where did that come from? Is that purely an invention of Hollywood, or how did people know that pirates spoke that way? There was no recording technology in the whatever years pirates, in whatever the 1700s, 1800s, but always, all the Hollywood pirates are always "Arr, matey," that kind of generic, that same generic accent. Where did it come from?
So at first I wasn't sure if you were talking about Pittsburgh pirates. But
No.
So you mean
Bandits of the high seas, yeah.
Pittsburgh Pirates speak in baseball language. Yeah, we're just going to play it one game at a time. Just going to... No, I don't know where... I don't know. That's an interesting question. Did pirates talk that way, or did Hollywood decide that'd be a good voice for them? I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say that there's... I can't think of any actual pirates on film, right, where you could being interviewed, back from the 1800s. That wouldn't be possible. And there's Somali pirates, the current day pirates, but I don't think they talk like that.
They also don't carry the romantic kind of swashbuckling. They're more kind of, they're going to get on your boat and throw you overboard and steal your Amazon packages.
They don't talk funny. Do you think in Somalia they celebrate Talk Like a Pirate Day?
What's Talk Like a Pirate Day?
You don't know what that is?
No.
No, that's an actual day. That's a day on the calendar every year. It's Talk Like a Pirate Day, and that's what it is. Everybody kind of says, "Arr, arr, matey, arr." They do. You can Google it after this. It's a thing.
So there.
Tom, I may have talked about this before, and I'm a little hesitant to, because a warning to the listeners, it's a little indelicate.
Whoa.
It's just giving you a warning. It's a little indelicate, and we try not to be indelicate here on So There. We try and keep the discourse to a certain level of societal acceptability. But I just wanted to talk about this because, and again, perhaps I have, but a certain thing that happens in the bathroom at work. All right, so let me paint the picture for you. In our bathroom, we have 5 stalls, right, to do your business in. Now, I would just like to say Gary Doyle avoids doing his business. Number 2, if I'm going to be specific, at work. I really avoid that. I don't wish to do that, and I almost never do. But, sometimes you have to. So on very rare occasions, I will use the stalls at work. And again, we have 5 stalls. So Gary Doyle will typically sit at the one in the furthest right. All right, the furthest right. But then what happens pretty frequently, and this is what I'm just troubled and vexed by, is somebody will come and sit right next to me, even though the other 4 stalls are open. They walk in and they go, okay, I'm going to, pick one of these 4 stalls. I'm going to pick the one that's right next to, to somebody who's sitting there. And it happens a lot, and I just find it deeply concerning, and I don't understand it. Tom Carmite is stunned.
No,
Silence.
not really. I have a very similar point of view, for me to embark on a journey into the world of number two at work generally means I'm not going to be able to wait until I get home. And what I will do is, first of all, I like you, I will go into an end stall, and I will commence the proceedings only if there's no one else in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah,
right?
Me too. That's
if
why
somebody
when
walks
I walk
in,
right.
abort.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Or if I walk in and there's one or two occupied, abort.
Abort. One must abort.
100%. That's why I always know there's 4 open. And it's just as... And I just wonder, does the person want... subtly, do they want company? Do they feel the need to be close to somebody else at that moment? Are they feeling vulnerable? Is it a subconscious kind of a thing? Is it like, as we've spoken about, the person in the elevator who you walk into an elevator and you can tell they kind of want to talk to you. They just want to. You can just sense it. Is it that?
Well, I don't want to push the boundary of indelicacy, but when I walk in, do you do a quick look, lower your head to kind of do a quick scan underneath the stalls to see if you see any feet? Because the doors are generally closed. You can't always see in.
No, they're not. At ours, they're open.
Ah,
they're open,
okay.
They're open until closed.
I see. Well, I will, on that topic, the thing that really horrifies me, and I know we've talked about this, but the thing that really horrifies me is the people who do not choose to flush. Nothing to me is worse than walking into a stall and, oh my God, I would, if necessary, stay in that stall for 3 hours and do whatever was necessary to make sure I left that stall in pristine condition before I leave. But
I don't think we have talked about this.
All right. Well, I think it's high time we do.
Are you sure though? Yeah, that's loathsome.
But every office has a couple of those people, and are they making a statement? I mean, there's like no effort. It's like, and how do you forget to flush? Honestly. I mean, the day that they introduced auto-flushing urinals was like one of the greatest days in history because all of a sudden men's rooms didn't stink quite as bad because... Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, I think that the self-flushing urinal was a wonderful addition to the public restroom. And some toilets have the self-flushing mechanism. Not where I work, though.
Really?
The self-flushing toilet? Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, because that was my first thought, was to give them the benefit of the doubt. Perhaps the self-flushing mechanism didn't work, so they walked away, and the sensor did not sense it. They're walking away. Like, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. But beyond that, like you, I cannot fathom how you could forget.
Yeah. And the toilets in a high-rise are always those kind of super high-pressure things that it's almost impossible to clog those things. So, there's really no excuse. I think it's done as kind of, I don't know, is it antisocial behavior? Do they do that at home? No, who would do that at home?
I wonder if the people who refuse to flush are also the ones who sit next to other people. Maybe there's some kind of tie there. It's like I want you to I want you to feel my presence. I want you to smell my presence.
All day.
We warned you. I warned you, listeners. I apologize. It became indelicate. So there.
Well, let me lighten the mood a little bit with just a quick summer throwaway. Yet another example of noun as verb I saw on TV last night, because Frito-Lay and their summer campaign is saying, let's summer. How long did it take him to come up with that one?
Let's summer.
Yeah, that's all I had on
There's
that
no
one.
stopping. The shelf life of this has been longer than most advertising trends. I gotta say, it's showing some pretty good legs. There's no end to it. Let's toothpaste.
Colgate.
It's time to toothpaste, America. There's no end. I'll tell you a little piece of language that drives me crazy, and I may offend some listeners where I work, and I'm sure there are many. I don't know if you have this at your place of work, but it's just a nit that drives me crazy. So on our briefs, on our advertising briefs, we will have as part of the brief, it'll be the problem we're solving, which is good, of course. What problem are we solving with this work? There's always a problem. But what people at work invariably do and have for years and years and years and years is instead of problem we're solving, it's always problem we're solving for. And the for drives me nuts. Problem we're solving for? And yet it persists. Like the use of nouns as verbs, it just persists.
No. And
it won't go away. I was in a big conference room the other day, and there was another account. There was a big pitch for another account on the wall, and they had all the stuff up on the wall. And I'm not even on this account, but one of the pages said problem we're solving for, and I said, give me a marker, give me a black marker, and I just crossed it out, enraged. Problem we're solving. Unbelievable.
It's one of those. It's almost like a verbal tick. Like somewhere along the way in the last year or two, people went from appreciating an action to appreciating a person. And I have mixed feelings about that one. Like if you drop my car off at my house for me, in the old days I would have said, "Thanks, Gary. I really appreciate that." But now people would say, "Thanks, Gary. I really appreciate you." You notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. I think it's sweet.
But isn't
it's far less annoying than problem we're solving for.
No, absolutely. I will agree with that. But I feel like appreciating you kind of removes the nice thing you did. You know? I could just say I appreciate you anytime, day or night. But if you drop my car off, I appreciate that. That was very kind of you.
Tom,
don't get me.
If I haven't told you lately, I appreciate you.
Are you appreciating on me, or are you appreciating me?
Problem we're appreciating for.
Does Gary Doyle work out at a gym? Or do you work out at home?
Oh, no.
This won't be gross like your bathroom
thing. I know. I don't fear that. I just know that you fear many gym behaviors.
But
I do work out at a gym. I started to again a few months ago after a couple of years off from COVID.
Let me ask you a question. What do you wear to the gym?
I wear ratty clothes. I wear nothing fancy, baggy, old school gym shorts like the NBA players used to wear that come down to your knees, and a ratty shirt, and
you just proved
pair of sneakers.
You just proved my point. I believe that in your closet or your chest of drawers at home, there is a caste system for T-shirts, and the lowest. The Untouchables, the lowest of the castes, those are gym T-shirts. A T-shirt, and it's usually like, some company gave you a free T-shirt at one point. It's the lowest of the low when it goes in the pile of gym T-shirts, right? If you got a T-shirt from your kids with like your favorite band on it or some saying or something, you would cherish that. That would be a T-shirt that would be kept in a different place and worn at different times, because the gym T-shirt will wear out. I mean, it's coated with sweat. It's washed a lot, so it's really just the death row of T-shirts are the gym T-shirts.
Yes, the second rung on the lowest of the low is the T-shirt I wear to a taping of So There. But yes, I would agree with you. I thought you were going to go off on a rant of how how many people get dressed up for the gym, get put together. And clearly very expensive outfits and very expensive workout wear. You can just tell. A lot of those people.
Well, and I don't want to get into a controversial area here, but that could easily segue into, do those people want you to look at them at the gym?
Oh, hell yes.
But they wouldn't, most of them, and we know who we're talking about, would never admit that, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, yeah, probably. Yeah.
You get to be our age.
Definitely do.
At our age, no one's ever going to look at us anymore anyway.
If they ever did.
If they ever did.
So there.
So much more we could have discussed today, but we're kind of at that time, and Lord knows we need to save some stuff for episode 52, whenever that happens. So until we meet again, and the next time we will have some viewer mail that we will read, and so send us your messages at sothere@yahoo.com, and we will have some stuff to read. And
Tom, you say that with a lot of confidence. You say that with some certainty that people are going to write in.
Well, you know what? Someone will, even if it means me reading spam from some insurance company.
Go into the So There spam folder. That's an excellent idea. See what Nigerian prince has written So There for funds.
Yes, I've already put that on the to-do list for episode 52. And until we meet again, for Gary Doyle, I'm Tom Karamitis saying, So there!